I have to be honest with you and tell you that the Biden administration so far has done a really good job and has gone above and beyond my expectations, albeit my expectations were very low. I literally said over and over again that there are points of hope with what kind of messaging you're hearing from the Biden administration and what kind of messaging you're hearing from the young Democrats, regardless of whether they're like centrist or progressive. But overall, I am very skeptical. I'm a skeptical person, and I think that this is going to still be bullshit. But so far, they've done a really good job, with exceptions, with very significant exceptions that revolve around the reviewing of the kids in cages protocol from the previous administration instead of like immediately releasing them, and reviewing the deportation procedures that Trump implemented instead of like immediately removing them, for example. Another example that I've mentioned that wasn't that good was the executive order that on no longer using private prisons at the federal level. That was a Obama-era policy that they were supposed to re-implement. But while they were re-implementing that policy, they low-key, suspiciously carved out a part that dictated that ICE facilities and Department of Homeland Security facilities can still utilize private prisons. Well, okay, private prisons are already a minuscule proportion of the entire problem. They're already a tiny fraction of the problem, even in the federal prison system. But ICE and DHS makes up the majority of that fucking problem. So if you don't tackle the usage of private prisons in ICE, and if you keep using private detainment facilities, then you're not actually doing anything about the fucking private prison system. So those are definitely areas that need significant improvement. But beyond that, you can't do that with executive orders. Wrong. Yes, you fucking can. You are wrong. Obama literally did it. You could literally do that. Then why the fuck would you sign an executive order if it literally doesn't mean anything? Then why would you even sign an executive order? You absolutely can and do have the power to control what happens when it comes to immigration at the federal level. You genuinely could, you genuinely did not need to carve out an exception for ICE. We shall see what happens on the immigration side of things. Look, this in no way fucking is the Marxist revolution or anything like that, obviously. This is not Medicare for all, even. This is not like actual incredible leaps forward that the American people devastatingly, absolutely need right now in an effort to curb back our acceleration towards fascism. But as far as this budget reconciliation goes, as far as like utilizing that immediately, as far as this restructuring and reframing of the messaging on like unity doesn't mean like fucking uniting with dipshit Republican politicians, but instead uniting with Americans, that stuff is very good. It's very good. It's unlike what Democrats have done in the past. And I am surprised. I'm surprised with what they are doing. And I am not saying that this is like solving all the problems. Do not misunderstand me, okay? I'm not saying that the Democrats are like fucking, siding with the working class and they're like, fucking genuinely improving America. And we're going to live in a post-capitalist world or something. It's not. These are very little wins overall in the grand scheme of things and what is necessary and what needs to be done. But I am shocked at how well they have performed thus far. Like, I did not expect it. Having said that, on the imperialism front, I think we're going to probably agitate against Iran. We'll see. I hope to be surprised on that end as well. The reason why I'm saying the Iran thing is because the Biden administration recently came out and talked about how Iran has like full nuclearization capability by the end of this year. That is a terrifying prospect. Not the fact that Iran has nuclear capabilities, but the fact that the Biden administration is putting that out there just like as a juicy little thing to like build on top of as far as world building or narrative building goes. So that is not great. It's a repeat. They say it all the fucking time. Who knows where that goes? I know that like the Biden admin are all Obama admin people, and they are the ones who crafted the Iran denuclearization deal, and that was a good fucking deal. That is one that you have to admit Obama did a good job on. So that means that there's a likelihood that they will try to return to that agreement. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. It's so hard for you to be nice to Dems. Dude, are you kidding me? Tell that to the leftists in my community that say I'm a fucking establishment shill. Please explain that to the leftists in my community who say I I love the surveillance state or something. Then again, there's leftists who think everyone is CIA.